First points of the afternoon for Henry. Good crowd here on hand this afternoon for Tusculum basketball. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Coker. And Coker looking to kick it over to Joyner. Joyner deep three, it's up, it's good. Joyner has 20 to lead all scorers, and it's 64-49, 15-point advantage. And Rogers will just hold it and run out the clock, it appears. Pioneers content to run the clock out. 10 seconds left to play here. Crowd begins to cheer. Benches begin to stand. And we're about to have a final as the final horn will sound. 64-49, Tusculum with a 15-point victory over the Coker Cobras. With the victory, the Tusculum Pioneers as they will be playing a lot of games over the next few days, and we'll see how well their stamina keeps up, as it's going to be game after game after game coming up for these guys. And starts all right now with Coker. The Cobras come in, like we said, with only 4 wins on the season and struggling, and you can see they are a very youthful team, starting 4 freshmen in the lineup, so the future could look very bright for this Cobras team. But for your Pioneers coming in, battling near the top of the conference and looking to continue to keep that pace with both Queens and both LMU. As we look at the future schedule down the line, we talked about all the games the Pioneers have, but conference play will start up. It's hard to imagine that we're nearing the end of February, but we are. And March 2nd will be the SAC quarterfinals. And more than likely, the Tusculum men's squad will host an opening round game here. Again, if you finish in the top 4, you will host the first round. And so there is a great likelihood that the Pioneers could host a contest on March 2nd in the SAC quarterfinals. But long before then, before we look that far ahead, the Pioneers still have several games left. The Pioneers starting lineups have been announced. The Coker starting lineups have been announced. The Pioneers will be wearing their home white with orange and black trim. The Coker Cobras will be wearing their road blues with gold and yellow trim. Scott, Justin Mitchell, Brandon Mitchell, James West, and Trent Gibson are your 5 Pioneers. Doing the honors, it will be Brandon Mitchell and Williams Onioti. Tusculum men's basketball ready to get going. Brandon Mitchell with the opening tip into the hands of West. He'll hand it off to Gibson, and we're underway. Trent will bring it into the front court. He's being picked up by Anderson. Man-to-man defense being played here by the Cobras. Mitchell with it. Extended out on the right wing. He's going to work off a pick by Brandon Mitchell. Nowhere to go. Kicks it to West. West goes baseline. Back up top to Justin. Justin head fake. Drives in the lane. Kiss off the glass. No good. Ball kicked out of bounds. It will be last touch by the Pioneers. Little full court pressure being applied here by Coach Burton's squad here to start off. Looks like a little token zone pressure. Coker easily will bring it into the front court. Anderson with the basketball. He's being picked up by Justin. Both players wearing number 1. First half action underway here. Neither team yet to score. First possession here for Coker. Meismer with the basketball. Over to Anderson. Zone being played here by the Pioneers. Driving the lane, Anderson, kiss up, no good, off the glass. Mitchell with the board. Over to Scott, now into the hands of Trent Gibson. Trent had Anderson on his hip the whole way down. Now James West with the basketball. West thought about 3, instead Mitchell has it. Mitchell looking inside to Scott, and we're going to have a foul. It's going to be on Meismer. That's his first, team first. Xavier Meismer with the first, team first. 18:51 left to play, opening half. Gibson will throw it in on the baseline. Finds Scott. Scott in the lane, spins, but they're going to say he traveled as he shuffled his feet, so that will be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Cobras. Coach Burton, 6-1 all-time against Coker. Coach Merrill, 1-4 all-time against Tusculum. Anderson with the basketball. He's picked up by West. Actually, it's a little zone action here, a little 2-3 zone. Anderson kicks it inside to Bynum Jr. He looks to work against Gibson, back up top to Anderson. This zone seems to be giving the Coker squad a little trouble getting into their offensive set. Meismer with it now, 5 on the shot clock. They're going to have to hurry. Back up to Anderson. Anderson's 3 is up, and it's good right as the horns sound. DeMar Anderson with a 3, and Coker has an early lead, 3-0. Quickly down the court comes Justin Mitchell for the slam. And then a traveling violation on Coker on the inbounds. And just like that, the Pioneers have the basketball back, trailing 3-2. No one picked up Justin, and he quickly took it down the lane and slammed it home. Pioneers will have the basketball now after the turnover. Gibson to West. James' three is up. It's no good. Rebound into the hands of Jones, who just checked in for the Cobras. Quickly inside to go to Anderson. Mitchell picks him up. Back up top. Shot no into the corner. Three-pointer up, no good. Rebound, Justin Mitchell. Mitchell down the middle of the court to West. West, no one picked him up. West drives in, lays it up and in. James with his first bucket. Pioneers take their first lead of the night, 4-3. I guess it's officially still afternoon. With the basketball is Jones. Kicks it over to Meismer. Meismer picked up by Mitchell in this zone. Sort of a matchup zone here. Little 2-3 action. Jones looks to penetrate in the lane. His scoop shot up and good. Jordan Jones with the bucket. 5-4 Cobras regain the lead. 17:07 left to play opening half. Trent brings it back out, sets up the offense, kicks it over into the hands of Josh Scott. Josh is going to be fouled. That's going to be on Glenn Bynum Jr., his first, team second. Subs coming in. Bellamy back into the contest.
Execute it.
Bynum Jr. take a seat. Gibson will throw it in, side court. Gets it to Mitchell, hands it back to Gibson. Man-to-man defense being played here by the Cobras. 15 on the shot clock. Scott looking to set a screen for Trent. Instead, Trent waves him off. Trent hesitates, drives. Shot up, no good. There's a lot of contact, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Trent Gibson. That is Trent's first, team first. 16:47 left to play here. Opening half. 5-4 visitors with the lead over the Pioneers. Full court pressure being applied. Pass comes in. As soon as the pass comes in, they sort of release back, and Coker can bring it into the front court. Anderson with it. He's being smothered by Mitchell. Now the Pioneers back into his zone. Matchup zone here by Tusculum. Again, Coker having trouble getting in their offensive set. Anderson looks to drive, kicks it back up top. Shot up, no good by Bellamy. And we're going to have a foul. We're going to keep it down here. Let's see who they call this on. That's on Brandon Mitchell. That's Mitchell's first, team's second. Coker with the basketball. Jones throwing it in on the baseline, but not before we have a sub coming in. Glenn Bynum Jr. will check in. Bellamy will take a seat. 20 on the shot clock, 16:23 left to play, opening half. Meismer gets it. Mitchell closes out on him. No shot there. Back to Jones. Jones will set the offense up against this zone. Looks like man-to-man defense being played here. Pioneers showing some different looks on the switch. James will pick up Anderson. West over to Meismer. Meismer is fouled shooting a three, and that's going to be on Josh Scott. That will be Josh's first, team third, and that's going to send Xavier Meismer to the line for 3 free throws. Meismer fouled in the act of shooting a three. His first free throw is up and good. Meismer doesn't get to the free throw line a lot. He's 12 of 15, now 12 of 16. Makes the second. Subs coming into the contest. Ryan Carfley and Bellamy back into the contest. Third free throw is good. Meismer hits all three, and the Cobras have doubled up the Pioneers 8-4. Under 16 to play, opening half. Gibson with the basketball. Back to West. Justin Mitchell now with it to Gibson. Gibson deep three. It's up. It's good. Trent Gibson from downtown and for his first bucket of the afternoon. 8-7. Pioneers get the steal. Back to Gibson. Over to Josh Scott. Josh Scott slams it home. Scott with the slam, and it's a 9-8 lead. A quick 5-0 run here by the Pioneers to regain the lead. Coker into the front court. Pressure on that full court press seems to get to Coker just a little bit as that's created a couple early turnovers. Now a zone action here. Meismer a deep three. It's up. It's good. Meismer with 6, and it's 11-9 in favor of Coker. We'll tick under the 15-minute mark here of the opening half. Gibson brings it into the front court. Picked up by Jones. Looking to work off a screen by Brandon Mitchell. He does. On the switch, Gibson had the advantage. Instead, they kicks it over to West, down to Mitchell. Mitchell swerves somehow, gets a shot up, no good. Follows his shot, but can't get the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Pioneers. That will take us to the first media timeout. 14:42 left to play here in the opening half. It's Coker 11, Tusculum 9. We'll be back. You're listening to the Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Welcome back into Pioneer Arena. Tim Wilson here, 11-9 in favor of the visitors right now at the first media timeout. Both teams shooting at over 50%. Coker 50 exactly. The Pioneers 57% through the first few minutes of action here. Coker with the basketball. Checking into the game, William Vetter and Jacob Hobbs for the Pioneers at that break. Jones with it, looking to work against Vetter. Instead kicks it over, and the layup is up and good by Williams Onioti. His first bucket and a 4-point advantage now for the Cobras. Also, Naughty Legis checked in as well. Missed him. Gibson with the basketball right now. Legis has it. Back up to Gibson. Gibson thought about a deep three, drives. His shot deep two, no good. Hobbs with the tip in, it's good. Jacob Hobbs with his first bucket, 11-13. Pioneers trail by a bucket. 13:52 left to play here. Opening half, Hobbs will pick up Jones. Man-to-man defense being played here. Pass stolen away by Mitchell. Mitchell quickly out to Trent. Trent gets the basketball. He has smooth sailing. Layup good. Trent now with 5, 13-13. On the little snowbird there, Gibson able to lay it up and in. Ball game tied, 13:30 left to play here, opening half. Coker and Tusculum. Afternoon action here from SAC men's basketball. Driving the lane, shot up and good. That was Bellamy, I believe. Actually, I take that back. That was Glenn Bynum Jr. And Coker regains the lead, 15-13. Legis spins, shot up, no good, but he does draw the foul. Nice move there by Legis. The foul is on number 4, Jones. That'll be Jordan Jones' first, team third. Jalen Crowder and KJ Crump will check in here at this whistle, as will Raymond Bellamy for Coker. Gibson will take a seat. Mitchell will take a seat. Justin Mitchell, that is. You can see maybe a little strategy here by Coach Burton and the squad here to make sure everybody is fresh, because it's going to be a lot of games over a short period of time. Pass in, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Hobbs as Bellamy got his hand in there and was able to deflect it off of Hobbs out of bounds. 13:08 left to play, opening half, 15-13. Coker with the basketball and a 2-point advantage. Inside to Bynum Jr. Bynum tries to get it inside. Hobbs gets it with the steal. Crump now will survey the landscape. He kicks it over to Legist. Back to Vetter. Vetter thought about a three. Instead is asking for Crump to come and set up the offense. 18 on the shot clock. 12:43 left to play, opening half. Vetter comes with the screen. KJ wide open. His three up. It's no good. In and out. Hobbs again with almost a tip in. Instead, Vetter has it. Vetter's little hook shot good. Will Vetter with his first bucket of the afternoon. 15-15. Pioneers and Cobras all knotted up. Jones with the basketball. Actually, I take that back. That's Anderson. Eastmer now back to Anderson. Anderson looks to go against Hobbs, baseline. He does, but his shot is blocked by Legist. But let's see, they're going to say somebody got the foul. It's either going to be the body on Hobbs or Legist. Let's see. It's going to be on number 22. That's Jacob Hobbs, his first, team fourth. And that will send DeMar Anderson to the free throw line for 2 shots. 15-15. Tight contest thus far. 12:08 to play, opening half. First free throw, no good. A lot of subs coming in here. Jones, Ray, and Carfleet will check in for the Cobras. 12:08 left to play, opening half. 15-15 your score. Anderson's second free throw, no good. Vetter corrals the rebound. Crump will come get it. Quickly out to Crowder. Crowder will set it up, get it over to KJ. Crump will now get it back to Crowder. 18 on the shot clock. Crump will set the offense up here. He's being picked up by Jones. They look to Hobbs on the wing. Hobbs looks inside to Legist. Legist spins, a little hook shot short, no good. Rebound into the hands of Coker. That was Ray with the rebound. Jones will get some instructions from the sideline, and he'll bring it into the front court here. 15 all, 11 and a half minutes left to play in the opening half. Crowder picking up Anderson into Carfleet. He has nowhere to go, picked up his dribble. Gets it over into the hands of Jones, 3 on the shot clock. They're going to have to hurry. Shot up, air ball, no good, and we're going to have a pushing foul on Vetter right as the shot clock was running out. I believe that's what we're going to see. It is. It's on Vetter. That's his first. And Coker will get bailed out as that shot clock was about to expire. We are headed to another media timeout. 11-12 left to play, opening half. 15-15. Tusculum and Coker all tied up. We'll be back. You're listening to Pioneers Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Welcome back to Pioneer Arena. 15-15. Pioneers, Cobras all tied up on the court right now for your Pioneers. It's Crump, Hobbs, Crowder, Vetter, and Legist. Legist was just whistled for a foul when we went into the media timeout. So a fresh 20 put on the clock. Hobbs almost with a steal, but instead Coker still has it. Inside they work, and we're going to have a foul or a traveling one. Looks like it's going to be a turnover on Coker. That was Williams. Onioti took a few too many steps. 11:06 left to play here before the half. 15 all. KJ Crump with the basketball. He'll dribble it into the front court as we tick under 11 minutes to play here in the opening half. Hobbs on the right wing, looks inside to Vetter. Vetter way outside the block, faces the basket. Little baseline jumper up and good. Vetter with his 4th point of the afternoon. And the Pioneers regained the lead 17-15. Nearing the halfway point here of the opening half. Meismer looks for the basketball, couldn't get it. Onioti had it, he's gonna lose it out of bounds, but they're gonna say the last touch by the Pioneers. Sub coming in for Coker, it will be Glenn Bynum Jr. Carfley will take a seat. Anderson will throw it in for the Cobras on the baseline. Looking to get it in. They do into the hands of Bynum Jr. Now back up top. That's Ray. Ray hands it off to Meismer. Meismer has 6 leading Coker's attack. Kicks it back, and we're going to have a steal, actually a shot clock violation, and that will be a turnover. Good defense by the Pioneers. 10-16 left to play here. Opening half, 17-15. Pioneers with a 2-point lead. This is the largest lead for the Pioneers. KJ gets it to Hobbs. Hobbs looks to penetrate the lane, and he is going to be fouled by Ray. That will be Ray's first, team 4th. Jones will check back in for Coker. KJ will throw it in, side court. Crowder ran off a screen. Instead, they're going to give it to Legist. Back to KJ Crump. Crump tries to kick it to Crowder, back door. Crowder was being held. Actually, excuse me, Hobbs. Hobbs looked like he was being held, but instead the refs didn't see it that way, and it will be a turnover off of Jacob. Under 10 to play here, opening half, 17-15. Home team, the Pioneers, with a 2-point lead. Bynum Jr. with it, picks up his dribble, nowhere to go, instead gets it to Jones. Jones looks to penetrate in the lane. He goes against Legis, his shot no good. Good defense there by Nadi. And now Vetter has it off to Crump. Crump to Will. Will thought about the 3, instead thinks twice, gets it back out to KJ. Crump off a screen by Vetter. In a corner to Hobbs. Now to Vetter, ball knocked around, and they're gonna call a foul, a reaching foul. That's gonna be on number 4, that's Jordan Jones' 2nd. Team foul number 5. 9:24 left to play here. Opening half, 17-15. Pioneers with a 2-point lead. Pass lobbed into Crowder. Jalen bumps, shot, banks it in, and good. I believe I heard him call bank. 19-15. Jalen with his first bucket of the afternoon. Bynum Jr. nowhere to go. Kicks it back up top. Anderson with it, looking to work, kicks it down inside, shot up and good by Bynum Jr. He now has 4, and the Tusculum lead cut to 2. 19-17, 8:55 left to play here in the opening half. Vetter with the basketball, handed off to Crump. Into Legis. Legis looks to back his way down, spins, loses the handle, but there's going to be a foul called. It's on number 21. That's on Glenn Bynum Jr. That's his 2nd. Let's see if they say Legis was shooting. They're going to say no, he was on the ground. So Crump will throw it in. 20 on the shot clock. 8:44 left on the first half game clock. Lobs it in to Legis. Legis out on the wing, looks to drive. Nice stutter step there to get around the defender and score. That is Legis' first bucket, 21-17 in favor of the home team. Anderson looks to drive in the lane, loses the handle, ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Cobras. Good defense by Tusculum. Sub coming in, it will be Bellamy. He'll replace Bynum. On the court right now for your Pioneers. Crowder, Crump, Hobbs, Vetter, and Legist. 8:20 left to play here. Opening half, 21-17, 4-point advantage for the Pioneers. Crump off a screen by Legist, looks for Vetter inside. Instead lobs it over on the left corner to Hobbs. Hobbs 3, it's up, it's no good. Crump ends up getting the board. Crump, little floater up, good. KJ Crump with his first basket, 23-17. 6-point advantage here for the Pioneers. Nice block there by Legist. Crump now to Legist. Legist takes it himself, lays it up and in. And Nolly to Legist now with 4, 25-17, an 8-point lead here for the Pioneers. And that's going to draw a timeout by Coker. It is a full timeout, and we'll take it with them. 25-17, Pioneers with an 8-point lead, 7:41 left to play. You're listening to Pioneers basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. (25-17). Pioneers with an 8-point lead. More subs coming in here as Pioneers trying to use a little bit more of their bench here with a lot of games over the next few days. In the game, Zach Dixon, I believe we've got Kobe Funderburk, and we've got Oden as well, along with Legist and Crowder. So that are your 5 Pioneers. That 3 by Meismer off the mark. And Funderburk has it over to Oden. Back to Dixon. Dixon looks to drive the lane, kicks it in the corner. There's a 3 by Jalen Crowder. It's short off the front of the rim. Rebound Oden, up and good. Oden with his first bucket of the afternoon, and the lead is now double digits, 27-17 in favor of the Pioneers. With the basketball, that is Bellamy. Jones now with it. Looks to kick it on the baseline. He does. Shot up and good by Williams Onioti. He has 4, 27-19. Pioneers by 8. Legist off to Crowder. Crowder thought about the 3. Kicks it over to a wide open Zach Dixon. His 3 is up. It's good. Zach Dixon from downtown, 30-19. Pioneers by 11. Here comes a little bit of pressure, almost a steal. Instead, Meismer has it and will bring it into the front court. 6:13 left to play, opening half. Pioneers have opened up an 11-point advantage. Currently on a 15-4 run. Meismer wide open, 3, good. Got the shooter's touch. He now has 9, 30-22. 8-point advantage for the Pioneers. Funderburk into the front. Hands it off to Legist. Crowder comes off a screen. Over to Oden. Inside to Legist, and we're going to have a foul on Meismer. That will be his second. Pioneers are in the bonus. We're going to have some subs coming in here. Tyler will come in, as well as Carfley for the Cobras. Vetter will check in for Legist, it appears, after these free throws. First free throw by Legist is good. 31-22, 9-point advantage. James West will check in as well. Second free throw no good, so both Vetter and West will have to wait. 9-point advantage here for the Pioneers. 5:35 left to play, opening half. Jones with the basketball, kicks it over, three-pointer up and good by Williams Onioti. He now has 7, and it's 31-25. Pioneers 11-point lead cut to 6. Vanderburg with the basketball. Over to Legis, 22 on the shot clock. Legis may have got away with the travel. Crowder now with it. Baseline jumper up good. Jalen with the two-pointer. He now has 4. Lead is 8 as we tick under 5 to play. Jones with the basketball to Carfley. Over in the corner. Cobra's looking to get their offense going. Big man looks like he doesn't want to shoot it. They go inside. Shot up no good by Onioti, and the Pioneers have the basketball leading by 8. Vanderburg thought about the 3 instead. Actually, that's Dixon, and he is going to draw the foul. It is going to be an offensive foul on Zach. That will be his first. Subs coming in. James West, Will Vetter. Legist and Crowder will both take a seat. So you got Olden. You got Olden, Vetter, Vanderburg, West, and Dixon in the contest right now. Jones with the basketball, looking to work against Vanderburg. Guy Olden picks him up. They try to kick it to Carfrey. Ball is knocked away and stolen by Vetter. Vetter slows it down, finds Kobe. Vanderburg now finds Dixon. Zach's 3 good. Zach Dixon with his second 3, and it's 36-25, and that's going to draw a timeout by Coker. It will be a full timeout, and so we will take it with them. 36-25. Pioneers have pushed the lead back to 11. 4:15 left to play here, opening half. We'll be back. You're listening to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. (36-25). Pioneers with an 11-point lead. This is the largest lead of the afternoon. Pioneers led 30-19 a few moments ago, but saw the Cobras cut the lead down to 6. Back up to 11 right now after that last Zach Dixon 3. Pioneers using a much larger bench here today due to the fact that we have a lot of games over the next few days. On the court right now, Vanderburg, Dixon, Vetter, Olden, and West. 2-3 zone here. Under 4 to play opening half. Onioti shoots a 3. It's up. No good. Olden with rebound. Out to Dixon. Zach with a couple threes already. Now Kobe has it. Kobe Vanderburg will set up the offense here. 3:47 left to play opening half. Anderson comes out, picks him up instead to get it to Vetter. Vetter thought about a 3. Now to Olden. Olden's going to hand it over to West. West off a screen. Looks to penetrate against Meesmer. He does. Meesmer falls to the ground, and James West lays it up and in. West now with 4, and the Pioneer lead up to 13. 38-25. 3:21 left to play here, opening half. With the basketball is Ray. Excuse me, that's not Ray, that's Tyler. Three-pointer up and no good by Anderson. Ball tipped back into Anderson's hands. Back to Ray, and now Meesmer has it. Meesmer will shoot the 3. He was left open. His shot off the mark, no good. West with the rebound. Dixon now has it. Pioneers will set it up, leading by 13 with 2:50 left to play here in the opening half. Vanderburg to Vetter. Vetter out at the extended elbow, draws the contact, shoots, scores as he drives to the lane, he will go to try to get the old-fashioned three-point play. That foul is on number 32, Ryan Carfley, his first. Vetter now with 6. And he has a chance for the three-point play here as Bellamy will check in. Pioneers by 15, 2:44 left before the half. Will's free throw is good. 41-25, 16-point advantage. Vetter now with 7. Zach picking up some three-quarter court pressure. Funderburk now guarding Anderson right in front of us. Here comes a screen. Funderburk battles through it. Bellamy had the basketball momentarily. Now it's in the hands of Onioti. Carfley doesn't really want to shoot, it appears. Now they find it. Now they get back to Carfley. As soon as I say that, his shot is up and no good. Gets his own rebound. Back to Meismer. His 3 is good. Xavier Meismer now has 12. It's 41-28. Quickly back down the court. Come the Pioneers. Vetter with it. Vetter waving some people off, looking to work against Carfley. Here comes a little help. A little zone action being played here by the Cobras. Zach looks to penetrate in the lane, loses the handle. The ball stolen away by Anderson. 2-on-2. Anderson takes it, hands it off. Shot up no good by Bellamy. Fight for the rebound. Bellamy gets it back, but stripped away by James West. West comes out of the group. Pioneers had numbers momentarily. Funderburk runs it down and then turns it over. Meismer with it. Some chaotic, frantic action here as of late. Meismer is going to get called for the traveling violation, or actually they're going to say he stepped on the sideline. 90 seconds exactly left to play here, opening half. 41-28. Pioneers with a 13-point lead, led by as many as 16 just a moment ago. Funderburk looking to work off a screen by Oden. Bellamy stayed with him. Over on the right wing to Dixon. Back to Funderburk. Deep 3 by Kobe. No good. Vetter's being held, and we're going to have a foul called on Carfley, I believe. Let's see who they whistle that one on. Actually 14, so that's going to be on Williams Onioti. That's his first, and the Pioneers are in the bonus. So Oden will step to the line for 1-and-1. Checking back in for the Cobras, Jalen Ray. Makai Oden at the line. He has 2 this afternoon. Pioneers leading 41-28 here with 1:05 left to play, opening half. First free throw is up, and it is good. 14-point advantage here.
21.
Pioneers looking to push this lead back to 15. Free throw off the mark, no good. Rebound by Coker. Pioneers shooting a blistering 64% here in the first half. Meismer passes it over into the hands of Anderson. Anderson down on the baseline to Carfley. He may have got away with shuffling his feet. Instead, it's back to Anderson. Deep 3. It's up. It's good. DeMar Anderson with a three-pointer. 42-31. 11-point advantage here with 36 seconds to play opening half. Funderburk hands it off to West. Little weave action here by the Pioneers. Zach Dixon draws in. A lot of contact. He's fouled. Are they going to give us a continuation? Let's see what they say here. Foul is on number 10, and they're going to say 2 shots. That's on Ray, his second. Wanted that NBA continuation, but unfortunately we didn't get it. So Zach Dixon will step to the line for 2 free throws. 26.3 seconds left to play in the opening half. Pioneers leading 42-31. Zach's first free throw is up and good. Zach was 7 off the pine here this afternoon. Zach Pure for the second as well. He has 8, 44-31, 13-point lead. No shot clock. Coker can hold for the final shot if they want, but instead Zach's going to get called for a foul. And that will be Zach's second. And that's going to send Coker to the free throw line. Not exactly the way we drew it up, but still, nonetheless, now the Pioneers will have a chance for the last shot here, depending on what happens here at these two free throws. Subs coming in. Bellamy will check in, as will Hodge for the Cobras. At the free throw line will be Anderson. He has 6 this afternoon. Pioneers shooting 64%. Coker shooting 46%. Pioneers out rebounding Coker 15-11. First free throw good by Anderson. He has 7. 44-32. Pioneers by a dozen. Second free throw here by DeMar Anderson. Good as well. 44-33. Pioneers with the basketball. Probably will hold for the final shot. And we're going to get a timeout. We'll just keep it here. It's a 30-second timeout. Coach Burton looks to be drawing up a play here for the last possession of the half. 19.9 seconds left to play here in the opening half. Pioneers leading 44-33. Pioneers have led by as many as 16 in this contest, back at 41-25. This game was a fairly close game after one. However, the Pioneers have been able to open this game up here in the second half due to a 15-4 run. When the game was 15-all, the Pioneers went on a 15-4 run to open it up to 11 and have led ever since then. Right now, the Pioneers will have the basketball, leading by 11 with just under 20 seconds left to play. Olden will throw it in. Funderburk, West, Dixon, and Vetter, your 5. Actually, now it will be Funderburk throwing it in. Let's see what play Coach Burton drew up here for the final possession here of the first half. Into Olden. Handoff back to Funderburk. 17 seconds left. 15 seconds. Everybody's clearing out. Looks like Kobe wants to take it one-on-one. 10 seconds left. Vetter comes up for a screen. Here comes the screen off the right side. Funderburk looks to drive. He's going to drive in the lane back to Will. Will thought about a 3. Will can't get the shot off. And it looked like they were drawing up a play for Will to get a 3, but instead the defender stayed with him, and the Pioneers cannot get a shot off, and that's how we will end the first half. At halftime here from Pioneer Arena, it's Tusculum 44, Coker 33. Pioneers leading by 11. We're going to take a break, 2-minute break, and we'll come back, look at some halftime stats and preview what we expect to see here in the second half. Pioneers leading by 11 at the half. You're listening to Pioneers basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Tusculum leading 44-33. And the Pioneers early on in the first half battled with Coker here. It was, like we said, 15-15 at one of the media timeouts. And then a 15-4 run by the Pioneers opened up a double-digit lead. And as close as Coker has come was 6 before the lead ballooned up to 16 and is currently sitting at 11 here at the half. For the Pioneers, making up the 44 points. It's been a pretty balanced attack, as we mentioned. There have been a lot of players playing in this game. The team, for those that may not be familiar, took a little pause, a little COVID pause a week and a half ago, I guess it would be, and had to postpone a couple basketball games. And so the first game back was Thursday night at nationally ranked LMU. So the guys had not played an actual contest in a little over a week. And so Coach Burton, it looks like, is employing a strategy, especially in a game against an opponent like Coker, which you would assume we should defeat, looking to play as many people as he can to try to keep some guys with some rested legs, as the Pioneers will have a horrendous, very strenuous bunch of games coming up here over the next few days, over the next week, let's put it that way. So you've had a lot of players playing in this contest, and that's provided a very good balance. Leading the way with 8 points is Zach Dixon. He's 2 of 2, hasn't missed. Both of those were three-pointers, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. He has 8 to lead the Tusculum attack. Will Vetter, 3 of 3 as well from the floor. He has 7. You have 5 points for Trent Gibson. He's 2 of 3 from the floor, 5 points for Anadi Legist. Jacob Hobbs has 2. Jalen Crowder has 4. KJ Crump has 2. 3 points for Makai Oden, 4 points for James West, 2 for Justin Mitchell, and 2 for Josh Scott. So a very, very balanced attack of Tusculum Pioneers this afternoon through the first half of play, that is. For the visitors from Coker, of their 33 points, as I mentioned just a moment ago, Xavier Meesmer leads all scorers, the only person in double digits this afternoon thus far, with 12. 8 points for DeMar Anderson, 7 for Williams Odie, 4 for Glenn Bynum Jr., 2 for Jordan Jones, and that rounds out their scoring as well. So it's 44-33, Pioneers with an 11-point lead here at the half. Looking at a few scores of interest around the league, if we can get some updates here. Still in the first half at Carson Newman. Carson Newman leading 25-20 with about 6 minutes left to play. Just now went under 6 minutes in the first half. The Eagles leading by 5 over the Saints. Over in Catawba, or excuse me, I believe this game may be at Anderson. No, it's at Catawba. Anderson men leading at Catawba 41-36 at the half. And the only other game I have a score for currently at the half, Lenore Ryan leading Mars Hill 42-30. So there's just some scores around the SAC in men's basketball action this afternoon. Here we have an 11-point game. Tusculum 44, Coker 33. We're going to take another 2-minute break, and then we'll be back here with second half action upcoming shortly. It's an 11-point lead for the home team. You're listening to Pioneers basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Welcome back to Pioneer Arena. Tim Wilson here, looking at some other action from our Tusculum athletics teams here on campus and on the road. In women's beach volleyball, Tusculum defeated Truett McConnell 5-0 today. Women's volleyball off to a very good start. Looking around as well, number 29 Malloy out of New York in town for a baseball contest here over the next few days. The Pioneers get a win in game one this afternoon, 6-5 over Malloy, and they will be firing up for a second game, I believe, here very shortly. Also, actually already in the bottom of the second, leading 3-0, so a good start to that contest. Looking at some other scores here, it appears men's lacrosse has defeated Emmanuel 21-8. Not sure when that game took place, if that was today or yesterday. But a lot of action going on this time of year in spring sports, with bowling, with beach volleyball, with softball, with lacrosse, with baseball, with basketball. It's a very busy time, and if you're a fan of college athletics, we welcome you to come out here over on our campus here at Tusculum University and check out all the great student athletes that we have and all the great sports teams that we have and the great competition that you will get to see night in and night out. Looking here at the regional rankings that were just released this past week on Wednesday, the Tusculum men's basketball team was listed in the initial NCAA Southeast Regional poll at number 9. The NCAA Southeast Regional consists of 8 teams that make the NCAA tournament. Currently, the Pioneers are ranked 9th. The rankings are the official poll that is utilized by the NCAA in the championship selection process and will be released on a weekly basis by the Division II Men's Basketball Committee up until the selection show on March 6th. We were sitting 9th before our loss to LMU. LMU was sitting at 4th. Currently sitting atop the Southeast region is Flagler at number 1, Augusta at number 2, Queens out of our conference was 3, Lincoln Memorial was 4th, UNC Pembroke was sitting at 5th, Georgia College 6th, Wingate, who is actually below us in the SAC standings, was number 7. USC Aiken was 8. We were 9th, and Columbus State was 10th. And so we'll keep an eye on those. We'll keep an eye on those rankings. As far as I said, oh shoot, because someone knocked over my Mountain Dew, but we'll deal with it. That's the bad thing about having a drink around you. Luckily, it didn't get on any of our computer stuff. It was on the ground. But it's 40. And looking to put away Coker here in the second half. Like we said, it's been a very balanced attack led by several players, mainly Zach Dixon with 8 and William Vetter with 7, but a lot of players on the scoring sheet and a lot of players getting a lot of action here this afternoon. 44-33. It will be looking here for the Cobras. It looks like it's going to be pretty much their starting lineup. It's going to be Bellamy, it's going to be Bynum Jr., it's going to be Meesmer, it's going to be Onioti, and it's going to be Anderson for the Pioneers. It will be the starting lineup as well. Brandon Mitchell, Josh Scott, Justin Mitchell, James West, and Trent Gibson. Coker will have the basketball. Trailing by 11. Second half action underway. Anderson has it. Looks like it's going to be a 2-3 zone here. Extend it out just a little bit. They'll match up on the wings. Coker's had trouble with that. A very deep 3 by Anderson is up, and it's good. So Anderson starts the second half off with a 3. Now has 11, and it's 44-36. 8-point lead for the Pioneers. Inside to Mitchell. Mitchell spins. Nowhere to go. Kicks it back out to West. James, one dribble, three-pointer, good. James West from downtown, 47-36. James now with 7. Lead back to double digits. Anderson has it. Picked up on this matchup zone here by Justin Mitchell. Onioti with it. Coker not able to get the ball inside as they would like. Ball poked around, stolen by Brandon Mitchell. Good defense on that possession by Tusculum. Josh Scott over to West. James wide open 3, no good. Trent gets the rebound, finds Mitchell on the baseline. Mitchell is fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 shots as that whistle will be on Bynum Jr. That'll be his 3rd. 2 free throws upcoming here for Brandon Mitchell. Brandon at the line for 2. Mitchell, first free throw is good. Brandon's first points of the afternoon, 48-36. Second free throw here for Brandon. Rattles in as well. 49-36. Brandon with 2. Little full court pressure, little token pressure here. Mitchell causing Anderson to slip and fall. West with the steal. Pioneers have the numbers. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to be hacked and fouled, and it looks like it's going to be on number 25. It will be. That's on Bellamy. That'll be his first. Brandon will step to the line for 2 more shots. (49-36). Brandon with 2 on the afternoon. First free throw is no good. So he's 2 of 3 at the line. Sub coming in. It will be Jalen Ray. Taking a seat will be Glenn Bynum Jr. Second free throw, short, ball's tipped out of bounds. It's last touched by, looked like it was going to be off of Onioti, but they're going to say it was off of the Pioneers. Coker with the basketball, trailing by 13 here, 18-23 left to play in the ball game. Anderson being pestered by Mitchell all the way down the court, and then Mitchell will fall back into the zone here. Ray with the basketball had no desire to shoot against Mitchell. They kick it over, three-pointer up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Mitchell just skies over everyone and gets it. Now Gibson with the basketball. Gibson into the front court. Pioneers going to set the offense up here, leading by 13, under 18 left to play here in the ballgame. Justin Mitchell with the basketball. Now Gibson. Gibson over here on the left wing. Looks inside for Mitchell. Brandon Mitchell looking to work against Onioti. Spins baseline, and we're going to have an offensive foul called on Brandon Mitchell. That will be his second. Team foul number 1. 13-point lead. Pioneers looking to add a little pressure here. Mitchell and West both looking to pick up the basketball. Now they'll back down into the zone. Justin Mitchell was grabbed from behind, but no call made. But Josh Scott came up with a nice block. Coker with the basketball on the baseline. Ball tipped away. It's going to be a fight for the ball, and let's see who they're going to call this one on. It's either going to be on Justin or Brandon. It's actually on Brandon. That's Brandon's third. Brandon Mitchell picks up his third. It will remain Coker basketball on the baseline. Pioneers leading by 11, just over 17 minutes left to play here in the ballgame. Pass in, deflected and stolen away by James West. James going to take it down, pull it back out. Wait for the rest of the team. Mitchell has it, slicing down the lane, kicks it to Mitchell. Brandon Mitchell with the slam. 51-38, the Mitchell to Mitchell connection. And Justin with a nice dime, Brandon with a nice flush, and it's 51-38, 13-point lead here by the Pioneers. Bellamy with it, up top to Ray. Ray nowhere to go, picked up his dribble. Now Anderson's going to drive. His little shot from the elbow, up and good. Anderson with 13, 51-40. Pioneers by 11 as that pass is out of bounds, turnover, giving it back to Coker. Subs coming in, it will be Jordan Jones. Jordan Jones will check into the game. Taking a seat will be Anderson. So full court pressure being applied here by the Pioneers. Ball comes in, stolen away by Mitchell. Justin takes it, slams it home. Justin Mitchell with force slams that one home after the steal. He has 4, and the Pioneers lead by 13. Shot no good. Fight for the rebound. Trent unable to get it. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Coker basketball. And that will lead us to our first media timeout of the second half. 15:59 left to play here in the ballgame. It's Tusculum 53, Coker 40. We'll be back. You're listening to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. 53-40, Pioneers with a 13-point lead. Pioneers with a forceful slam dunk just then by Justin Mitchell just a moment ago after the steal on the inbounds pass. Pioneers with a 13-point advantage. Coker with the basketball on the baseline here. On the court right now for your Pioneers, Josh Scott, Trent Gibson, James West, Justin Mitchell, and Brandon Mitchell. Pass comes in, someone got lost. Ray was wide open, and Trent will draw the foul. That will be Trent's second, and that will send to the free throw line number 10, Jalen Ray. .53-40. At the line will be Ray. Shooting 2 after the foul was on Trent. First free throw is good. It's up Ray with 1. His first of the afternoon. Second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be Ray with his own miss. And Coker will set it up, trailing by a dozen. Jones with the basketball. Set the offense up, 8 on the shot clock. Trying to get something going, 5 on the shot clock. Coker's gonna have to hurry. Meesmer a deep 3, it's good. Meesmer now has 15, and the lead has been cut to single digits. 53-44, 9-point lead, 15-28 left to play here in the second half. Trent being picked up by Jones. Here comes a screen by Mitchell. Trent drives down the lane, kicks it to Brandon. Brandon turns, shot good. Brandon now with 6, and it's 55-44. Meesmer leading all scorers with 15. Pioneers leading by 11. Meesmer left open again. Quick shot. It's up. It's good. Meesmer now has 18. 55-47. All he needs is just a little bit of room, and Trent closed, but not quick enough. 55-47, 8-point lead. Justin Mitchell with the basketball, but they're going to say he stepped on the baseline. Out of bounds, turnover on the Pioneers. 8-point lead for Tusculum. Coker with the basketball. Xavier Meesmer with 18. 2 threes here in the second half. 14:37 left to play in the ball game. Jones with it. He's picked up by West. Man-to-man defense on this series here. Anderson drives. He traveled, and that will be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Pioneers. Justin will throw it in. Trent will bring it into the front court. 14:25 left to play. James West with the basketball. James drives. Kicks it back to Brandon Mitchell. Mitchell tries to make an interior pass. Ball knocked around. Who's going to get it? It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Pioneers. Little sloppy play here by the Pioneers as of late. What was at one point a 16-point lead is now down to 8. Naughty Logis will check in at the next dead ball, as will Carfley for Coker. Jones with the basketball. Vetter will come in too. They're trying to get the ball to Meesmer. Good defense there by Josh Scott. Now Meesmer has it. He's more of a spot shooter than an off-the-dribble guy. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Mitchell with him on the switch, and Gibson gets the steal. Trent looks to take it one-on-one. Kicks it over to Justin Mitchell, and Justin Mitchell hammers it home. Justin with 6, lead back to 10. You like some high-flying action, Justin Mitchell is your man. Jones, nice no-look pass into Onioti, and he is fouled. See who that whistle's on. That whistle will be on Trent Gibson. That's his third or second. Actually, it's on James West. That's his first. Onioti at the line for 2 free throws. First free throw is good. 57-48. Onioti now in double digits. Brandon Mitchell, Josh Scott will take a seat. On the court right now for your Pioneers, James West, Trent Gibson, Naughty Logis, Justin Mitchell, and William Vetter. Onioti with both free throws. It's an 8-point game. He now has 11, and Trent is going to be fouled by Jordan Jones. That's Jordan's third. Team foul number 3. James West will throw it in right in front of us. Trent with the basketball. Here comes a screen by Vetter. Gibson will use it. Gibson, deep three-pointer. It's up. It's good. Trent Gibson from downtown extends the Pioneer lead to 11 at 60-49. We'll go under 13 minutes here on this possession. Meismer with the basketball. He's being picked up by Trent. Trying to get some separation. 15 on the shot clock. Carfley tries to set a screen. Jones with it now. 10 on the shot clock. Looking to work against West. Drives the lane. Bodies him up. Shot up and good. Jones now with 4. And the lead back down to single digits at 60-51. Trent goes coast to coast. A lot of contact. No call. And now a late whistle will be a blocking foul. It's going to be on number 32, Ryan Carfley, his second. And Trent will go to the line for 2 free throws. A lot of contact on that play and no whistle for a moment. But then a late whistle came in. 60-51, Pioneers by 9, 12:40 left to play here in the ballgame. Trent with 8 points on the afternoon. Comes in averaging just under 19 a game. Rattles that one in. Lead back to 10. Jacob Hobbs will check in. James West will take a seat. Back in for the Cobras, Glenn Bynum Jr. Second free throw here for Trent. It's good. 62-51. Gibson in double digits with 10. Jones into the front court for Coker. 12 and a half minutes left to play in this contest. Sac men's basketball. Live here from Greenville, Tennessee. Pass over to Anderson. Risky pass, but Anderson has it. He'll set it up, 10 on the shot clock. Over to Jones. Jones looking to work against Trent. Drives the lane, spins, travels, and it will be a turnover on Coker. Substitution in for the Cobras will be number 25, Raymond Bellamy. Jones will take a seat. Tusculum improving their field goal percentage, shooting 67% from the floor. Coker shooting 52%. Pass on the baseline, Legist, and we're going to have an offensive foul called on Legist. Didn't really get to see it that well due to the coaching staff standing in front of me, but nonetheless, it will be a turnover, and Coker will have the basketball when we come back out of this media timeout. It's 62-51, Pioneers by 11. You're listening to Pioneers basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network. An 11-point lead here by the Pioneers with exactly 12 minutes left to play in the contest. Leading the way for the Pioneers this afternoon with 10 is Trent Gibson, 8 for Zach Dixon, 7 apiece for Vetter and West. Mitchell has 5. Looking at the Pioneers on the court right now, Justin Mitchell, Jacob Hobbs, Naughty Legist, Will Vetter, and Trent Gibson. It will be Coker basketball after that offensive foul called on Legist, which was his first. 12 minutes exactly left to play in this contest. Bellamy with the basketball. Top of the key, looking for Anderson. Instead, they kick it over to Odiodi. His three is an air ball, no good. And standing out of bounds was Bynum Jr.
Let's go. 45. Go, go.
Pioneers with the basketball, looking to push it. Trent quickly into the front court. He's picked up by Bellamy. Man-to-man defense being played here by the Cobras. 11:36 left to play. Hobbs with it. Hobbs looks to go baseline, tries to kick it out to Vetter. Instead, it's going to be stolen away by Bynum. Bynum quickly into the front court. Meismer thought about a three, but quickly Hobbs got to him. Hobbs has a big size advantage over Meismer, so maybe that'll affect his three-point shooting. Jalen Crowder will check in at the next whistle. And off to Meismer. He got a little room, and his three is good. Meismer now with 21 as he got just a little bit of separation. And that three was up, and that three was good. And a timeout has been called by Coach J.T. Burton. We'll just keep it here. It's 62-54 after that three. That's 21 points for Xavier Meismer. He is 6 of 8 from the three-point line. If I am not mistaken, yes, he is 6 of 8 from the line. And he has been the main thorn in the flesh here for the Tusculum Pioneers. 6 of 8 from the floor, 6 of 8 from the three-point line, and he has 21 points to lead all scorers. Looking at some scores around the league here, just a few scores that we have. Carson Newman and Limestone are in a battle, 38-37. Carson Newman leading just underway in the second half. Anderson is trailing by 12 to Catawba, and Lenore Ryan is beating Mars Hill by 11. So that's the only three scores I have in front of me at this time. Here we have an 8-point game. Tusculum with the lead. Tusculum led by 11 at the half, led by as many as 16. Have never trailed since early on at 15-13, but the lead is down to 8. The closest Coker has been since the lead was up to 16 was down to 5 at one point, I believe. But right now it's currently sitting at 8 as we're going to tick under 11 minutes. Crowder checked into the game during that timeout. So it's Crowder, Gibson, Legis, Vetter, and Hobbs. Looking to get the ball inside to Nadi and couldn't do it. Now here comes a screen. There's a little double team. Gibson, jump shot no good. Rebound into the hands of Coker. Anderson will walk it into the front court, nearing the halfway point here of the second half. Bynum back to Anderson. They're looking to get it inside. Instead, Bynum has it. Vetter's out on him. Bynum's going to drive. His shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Gibson has it. Looking to push it. Here come the Pioneers. Crowder, three, good. Jalen Crowder from downtown give the assist to Gibson. 65-54, lead back to 11. Driving lanes, Bellamy Jr., his shot up, no good, but Hobbs will get whistled for the foul. That'll be 2 on Hobbs. And that will send Bellamy to the free throw line for 2 shots. KJ Crump will check in after the first free throw. 10:09 left to play here in the ball game. First free throw by Bellamy rims in and out. Both teams shooting really well tonight. 66% for the Pioneers, 50% for the Cobras. Second free throw good. Bellamy's first point of the day, 65-55, 10-point advantage as we'll go under 10 minutes here. Left to play in the ball game. Crump, who just checked in, has it over to Legis. Legis looking inside to Vetter, trying to post him up. Will working hard. He has it. Spins back to the left. A little fadeaway good. Vetter now with 9, 67-55. Pioneers by a dozen. 9:43 left to play here. Anderson with it. He's being guarded by Crump. Bynum has it. Now back to Anderson. Looking to work against Crump. They may clear out and let him take it. He does. He goes against Legis. Legis swats it out of bounds. Good defense there by Noddy. 9:25 left to play here in the ball game. 67-55. Tusculum with a 12-point lead. Anderson will throw it in. 7 on the shot clock. They get it in. Back up top to Bynum. Bynum drives, kicks it back. Shot up and no good. Rebound, Hobbs. Crump with the basketball. Surveys the landscape, kicks it over to Hobbs. Hobbs drives the lane, tries to make a pass on the baseline over to Legis. It's kicked, it's knocked out of bounds. Crump will throw it in for the Pioneers on the baseline. Pioneers with a pretty tall lineup in here right now with Legis, Vetter, and Hobbs. Legis going to drive, his shot up, no good. And we're going to have a blocking foul called on Anderson. That'll be his first, and Legis will go to the line for 2 free throws. Gibson leads the Pioneers with 10. Also leads the team with 5 assists. Legis with his first free throw is good. He now has 6. 68-55. Jones back in for the Cobras. Leading the way for Coker. 21 points for Meismer. Little perspiration on the court. Getting cleaned up. Second free throw here by Legist is up, and it is no good. Fight for the rebound. It's going to end up in the hands of Coker. 68-55, 13-point advantage for the home team here. Jones quickly into the front court, kicks it back to Bellamy. He thought about a 3, instead decides against it. They're trying to get the ball to Meismer. He tries to go back door. His shot is blocked. I don't know if that was a shot or a pass. We'll see how the scorekeeper registered that. Crump with it off the handoff. Crump looking to drive against Meismer. His jump shot up, good. KJ Crump with 4, 70-55. 15-point advantage here as the Pioneers have extended the lead with 8:30 left to play here in the contest. Anderson with it, hesitates, drives, floater up, good. Anderson now with 15, 70-57. Olden will check in at the next dead ball. Ball battled around, stolen away. Jones going to take it coast to coast, lays it up, no good. He may have heard the steps of Vetter behind him. Pioneers with the numbers. Crowder, back to Crump, back to Crowder. Wanted a 3, but instead they're going to kick it to Vetter. Vetter, wide open 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Legis with the rebound, put back, yes. Legis now with 8, and the lead is back to 15 at 72-57. 7:44 left to play in the ball game, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Coker Cobras. Let's see what we got here. It's a media timeout, so we'll take it with them. 72-57, Tusculum with a 15-point lead. 7:42 left to play in the contest. We'll be back. You're listening to Pioneers Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. 67% from the floor. 67%, 28 of 42 on the afternoon, early evening here. And that is resulting in a 15-point advantage here for the Pioneers. Coker with the basketball. Anderson kicks it in, back to Anderson. Anderson looking to work off a screen. Zone action here by the Pioneers. Trying to get the ball into Meismer's hands, you would assume here if you're Coker. Nowhere to go. Bellamy with the basketball. Good defense here by the Pioneers. Bellamy just goes driving in the lane, can't find anything. Shot up and no good there by Bynum, and the Pioneers clear the board. 7 and change left to play here in the ball game. Crump with the basketball. Hands it off to Crowder. Hobbs looks to work his way down in the lane. Back up top. Crump on the right wing. Drives the lane. Jump shot up, no good. Meismer has it. 15-point lead. Pioneers with the basket. Cobras with the basketball, Under 7 left to play here in the contest. Anderson with it. He's picked up by Crump. And a man here on this possession. 3 by Anderson, no good. Ball tipped around. Meismer somehow comes up with it. 20 on the shot clock. Working it around. Cobras looking for anything offensively. Shot top of the key, 3, no good by Bynum. Rebound Vetter. Crump has it. Crump will dribble it into the front court. 6:20 left to play here in the ballgame. KJ drives down the lane, kicks it to Hobbs. Hobbs on the left wing, over to Oden. Oden's jump shot is up and no good. Air ball out of bounds. Sub coming in will be Ray. Zach Dixon will come back in for the Pioneers. Hobbs will take a seat. 72-57, 15-point lead for the homestanding Pioneers. 6:08 and counting left to play here in the ballgame.
There you go, Ted.
Crowder all over Meismer, gets a tip, ball almost stolen, but it goes out of bounds.
Good job, baby.
Pioneers are focusing on making sure Meismer has no separation and does not get the basketball anywhere within range to shoot, as he has 21 on the night. Anderson throws it in into the hands of Bynum. Back to Anderson, 10 on the shot clock. Looking to work against Crump. Anderson off a screen. On the switch, Olden has it. Now Meismer has it. Meismer's going to have to hurry. 3, 2. He's going to have to throw up a shot, and he's going to get bailed out as Crump is going to get called with a whistle. It's going to be on KJ. That's his first. And Xavier Meismer will step to the line for 2 free throws. Meismer's a 6'1" freshman from Lexington, North Carolina. First free throw is good. He has 22. 72-58. Kobe Funderburk will check into the contest. Jalen Crowder will take a seat. 5:43 left to play here in the ball game. Meismer 2 for 2.
Let's go.
72-59. 5:40 left to play here in the ball game. Crump will dribble it into the front court, picked up by Anderson. Over to Oden. Bellamy on him. Actually, that's Bynum Jr. Will kicks it to Crump. Crump 3 up, good. KJ Crump with his 7th point of the evening. 75-59, 16-point advantage, which does tie the largest lead of the day. Anderson has it, working against Crump. 15 on the shot clock. We should tick under the 5-minute mark here in the game. Meismer drives, and he is going to be fouled. Let's see who they call that on. It's going to be on Funderburk. That will be his first. And that's going to send Meismer to the line for 2 shots. Meismer, the only, well, I was about to say the only one. Anderson has 15, and Meismer has 23. That is the majority of the points as he misses that free throw. For your Pioneers, the leading scorer is Gibson with 10. Talk about balance. 75 points, and your leading scorer only has 10 points. Second free throw here by Meismer is good, 75-60. Exactly 5 minutes left to play. Meismer now with 24. Little token three-quarter court pressure here, zone pressure. Funderburk gets it, wide open three. It's up, it's no good. Looked good from here, just could not fall. And Coker will have the basketball, trailing by 15 with 4:42 left to play in the ballgame. Meismer back to Anderson. Anderson looking to drive off a screen. Good help defense there. Anderson left open, now has a wide open jumper. It's short, no good. Crump skies for the board. And now he's going to be fouled. Actually, they're going to say jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Pioneers.
Don't play the score, man.
75-60 is the score. 15-point lead here by the Pioneers. Crump with the basketball. Tusculum looking to run. Over to Vetter. Vetter on the left wing will set it back up. Funderburk over to Crump. Crump will set the offense up here. We might tick under 4 minutes, and we've got a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Anderson. That'll be his second, as he had his hands full with Vetter. And the Pioneers will have the basketball on the baseline. Funderburk will throw it in. 4:15 left to play in the contest. Lobbed into Vetter, but Vetter was on the sideline, and that will be a Pioneer turnover. .4:14 remaining in the ballgame. 75-60, Pioneers leading the Cobras. Anderson off a screen. Kicks it back to Meismer. Meismer trying to get a shot up over Funderburk. Good defense there by Kobe. With the basketball is Ray, and he had nowhere to go, but he's going to be fouled. That foul is on Zach Dixon, and that will take us to the final media timeout. 4:14, actually take that back, 3:56 left to play here in the ballgame. It's 75-60, Pioneers with the lead. You're listening to Pioneers basketball on the Pioneers Sports Network. .75-60, Tusculum with a 15-point advantage here. The Pioneers on the court right now with 3:56 left to play in the game. William Vetter, Zach Dixon, KJ Crump, Kobe Funderburk, and Makai Oden. The Pioneers shooting 63% for the game, 29 of 46, 7 of 16 from downtown. Shooting almost as good from the field as they are from the free throw line. 67% at the line, 10 of 15 right now. At the free throw line is Jalen Ray for Coker. His first free throw is good. He now has 2, 75-61. Second free throw here for Ray is good as well. 75-62, 3:50 left to play in the ball game. Pressure being applied by Coker into the front court. Crump will throw it in. Ball comes into Oden. Now to Crump. Crump looks to work it around. And we're going to have a foul. A lot of contact there. Let's see who that whistle's on. Some number 10. It's on Ray. That will send Zach Dixon to the free throw line for 1-1. Zach has 8. Shot off the mark, no good. Rebound by Onioti. With the basketball, Anderson looking to drive down the lane. He does. He shoots. He scores. Anderson now with 17, 77 to 64, 13-point lead. Mason Bierster's in the game. With the basketball now is Funderburk. A lot of pressure being applied here by Coker. Funderburk's three, good. Kobe Funderburk makes it 80 to 64 as we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the contest. With the basketball is Onioti. Over to Anderson. Anderson's three is up. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound Mason. Mason has the rebound. Kicks it over to KJ. Back to Mason. Mason's three is up. It's off the mark, no good. Zach unable to get the rebound. And here come the Cobras with 1:43 left to play in the ballgame. 80-64, 16-point advantage by your Pioneers. Three-pointer up and no good by Meismer. However, a long rebound goes to Anderson. Inside, they try to work it. Ball tipped around. It's going to be a three that's up and good by Bynum. 80 to 67. Pioneers content to slow it down here, up 13 with just over a minute left to play in the game. Dixon with the basketball, back up top to KJ. KJ catches it. 10 on the shot clock. Pioneers going to work now off a screen. KJ drives, kicks it over to Oden in the corner. Funderburk three, no. Rebound into the hands of Coker. Under a minute to play here. 13-point lead. Anderson with the basketball. Looks to drive. His shot up and no good, but he does draw the foul. That foul is on Funderburk, his second. Two free throws upcoming here for Anderson. Anderson has 17. He and Meismer have been the offense for the Coker Cobras. First free throw, no good. 43.6 seconds left to play here in the ballgame. 80-67 in favor of the home team. Second free throw is good by Anderson. He has 18. 80 to 68. Ball stolen and scored by Bynum Jr. 80 to 70. Now KJ goes coast to coast and lays it in. KJ Crump with 9. 82-70. 30 seconds left to play. 12-point Pioneer lead. Anderson drives and he's going to be fouled. That's going to be on Zach Dixon, his fourth. And now we'll send Anderson to the free throw line. Anderson has 18, 24 for Meismer. Again, this is quite impressive. 82 points by Tusculum, and the leading scorer only has 10. We have one player in double digits with 10. That's some balance. First free throw is good. 82-71. Hey. Anderson with 19. Second free throw good, 82-72. Anderson now has 20. KJ with the basketball into the front court. They kick it over. Feaster's three, no good. Rebound fought for. Who has it? It's going to be the Cobras. With the basketball is Ray. Time running down, 12 seconds. Meismer deep three, no good. Back for the rebound. Tusculum has it, 7 seconds. They'll dribble it into the front court and slow it down and run the clock out. Pioneers will run the clock out and get the victory. It's 82-72. Tusculum with the victory improves to 15-7, 15-5 in sack play. With the loss, Coker falls to 4-21, 4-18. Leading the way tonight was Trent Gibson with 10, as he was the only scorer in double digits of the 82 points. A very balanced attack. A lot of guys got to play tonight, and the Pioneers win 82-72. We're going to not have time for a post-game show. We're going to kick it back to the studio, which then will kick it to high school basketball.